Hey guys, it's Hannah here, and today I'm here with a Project Pan intro. So basically what I've been doing lately is I've kind of been focusing on some of my products kind of use up, and I have been watching a lot of Project Pan videos again, and you know what, and I thought to do this video style, keep myself accountable, and yeah, so there's quite a few products. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 products that I'm trying to use up. One of them I haven't marked, but I will mark. So let's just get into it. There's 22 products. 23 products. Basically, a lot of these I've kind of been working on for a while and focusing on using up, so let's just start with the first step of my makeup, which is primer. So I'm just gonna mark this. There. So the first thing, and this is going to run until the end of December. I'm filming this on the 7th of September, so it's about 4 months that I'm giving myself to use as many of these up as possible. So first things first is my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. So I just spray this all over my face and then use a pore filling primer in my T-zone. I'm going to be trying to focus on getting rid of some of my samples for that purpose, but I'm not going to include them in the project. So I'd say about 2/3 of the way done with this, so this is definitely something I can use up in the rest of the year, but I wanted to include it to keep myself accountable to you guys. So there is the mark. I don't know if you can see it right there. So there is that. Foundations. I have a fair few foundations in this. A lot of them are nearly empty, and that's why they're included, is I'm trying to push them out. So first things first is I'm mixing these two foundations at the moment. It is the CoverGirl Outlast Stay Fabulous Foundation in 810 and the Napoleon Pettis Stroke of Genius Foundation in Look 1. They're both nearly empty. I used this one today with my Revlon Color Stay and kind of not getting much product out. There's definitely, not much product in here at the moment. But this is too dark for me, this is too light for me, and I can't use it in summer. Well, it isn't too light for me. It's like right on perfect, but I like to make it a little bit darker. So I like mixing these two in winter to get a full coverage, more matte, more natural foundation. But these definitely won't take long to finish up. So that is where I am with the Color Stay, and then I can't mark on this, but there's like not too much left of that. The Outlast, not the Color Stay. Yes, but I don't even think there's that much in there. Like, I think it's just kind of stuck to the edges. So there is that. Then another foundation, again, which is pretty much used up. It doesn't feel like there's much in there, but this is more for if I just want a purely matte foundation, is the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Plus in the shade 20. Yeah, I can't see through this, but sounds pretty empty. I definitely don't think there's much in there, maybe about 3 uses, I think. So what I've been doing is wearing these two during the week when I have shorter shifts at work, and then this one on Saturdays when I've got a long shift, because it really does last ages. So there is that. And then the last one is my MAC Pro Longwear Foundation. So if you guys see this kind of theme, I'm really trying to use up the foundations I purchased when I was in America, because it is a year, and most of these do have besides this one, the rest all have a 12-month expiry date. But again, I don't have much left of this one. This one I'm kind of going to focus on once this one finishes up, because I use it the same thing. This is what I will use on my long Saturdays with my custom cover drops. So yes, those are my foundations. I know there's a fair few there, but I definitely think I can get through those in the end of the year. Then concealer, I'm trying to get through my MAC Pro Longwear. So when I first kind of made it an effort to go through this, I did mark it, so I will mark it again where it is at now. I have made a decent amount of progress. It's maybe about 3 weeks I've been focusing on this. So that was when I first started, and there it is now. So I definitely think I can use this up. I'm not in love with this concealer. I find it's okay when I use a corrector first, and then I apply this under my eyes, and I kind of do my brows first. So I kind of feel like it needs to set a little bit and get a bit thicker before I blend it out, because sometimes it can just blend away. I don't know. I'm in the shade NC15 because I'm white. So that is that. Moving on to face products, I want to finish up my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural in the shade Light. This doesn't have the expiration on it, but I've hit pan on it, so I want to see if I can finish this up by the end of the year. I do have a few other powders I can use once it's done. I will probably repurchase this powder. I do really like it. I feel like there has to be something better out there. As much as I really I really love this powder, I feel like there has to be something better out there. So I don't know if I'd repurchase it straight away or not. I'm not too sure. So we'll see if I can finish that off in the end of the year. Obviously there's pan showing already. Then something that probably won't take me too long, because I've been focusing on this for, say, about 3 months now. I've been focusing on using this up, and there's definitely not much left. This is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. I swirl all these colours together and use them as a bronzer, because this is too dark for face highlight. This is my exact skin tone, so as a highlight it's not really doesn't really show up, and this is way too dark for a bronzer. So if I swirl them all together, which is what I've been doing, I get a really nice warm bronzy shade, which I use to bronze up the perimeter of my face. So hopefully this will be gone by the end of the year. With dedicated use, I can definitely get through it. There's not too much left. The most that's left is of the Radiant Light, which coming into summer I will be able to use it as a bronzer on its own once these lighter two kind of disappear. But at the moment it's too dark to use as a bronzer on its own. I'm just so fair in winter, so I've been kind of swirling my Chi Chi tapered face powder brush kind of back and forth, and then kind of bronzing the perimeter of my face. So that's what I've been doing with that. Now, moving on to eyes. I have one more face product, which I'm counting this as one product. So I did count it as like separate products when I was doing my count of 23, but if I count this as one, these are my mini liquid illuminators. So these two are nearly finished, and this one maybe is about half done. So I've got the Benefit Girl Meets Pearl, the Giorgio Armani Fluid Sheer number 2, and the Napoleon Pettis Radiance Boosting Primer, which I use as a liquid highlight. I want to use these up before summer gets here, because what I do is I mix them in with my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet to give it a bit more of a glow to the skin. So I want to use these up while I still have that in my collection, and they're getting old, so they shouldn't take too long to get rid of. Hopefully. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, now moving on to eyes. I do have a few double ups, so let's get into it. Let's start with cream eyeshadow. So there is two I'm trying to use up. The first is the By Terry Ombre Black Star in Misty Rock. I've had this for 2.5 years now. This in April 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, April 2 years ago. And I have not made a dent in it. But this thing, well, I've made a dent in it, but not heaps. This thing cost me an arm and a leg. And you have to think, 2.5 years ago, I was like 17 when I bought this. So it really cost an arm and a leg. So I really want to use this as much as I can. I do have it on today underneath my eyeshadow, and it really does make a good base for some deeper shadows, which I am liking at the moment. There is definitely, I have my little book with it all marked. There's definitely a lot of products still to get through. So I do want to use as much of this up as possible. When I marked it, it's like there. But there's definitely still a lot of product. So I really want to try and get as much of my money's worth out of this as I can, basically. Because I have a lot of cream eyeshadows, but I find that the sticks are easier to use up. So I really want to focus on that one for the next few months and see if I can get through that. And the other one for more lighter days is the Laura Mercier Rose Gold Caviar Stick. This was a mini from Christmas 2 years ago, I think it was. This one has nowhere near as much product left, so this one's definitely going to be easy to get through. So I'm going to focus more on the By Terry, but when I do want a lighter eye, I'm going to use this one. It is up to there, so that one shouldn't take too long to use, and I can use it as an inner corner highlight with the By Terry as well, whereas I use this one kind of underneath the lash line as well. So try to use up both of those. Let's see how I go with that. And an eyeshadow as well. So this is the Colourpop Super Shock Shadow in Amaze. This is a really pretty gold. I'm, as you can see, very close to hitting pan on this. And I do know these dry up, and this is my favourite of my Colourpop shadows, so I would really like to try and use this up as much as possible. This goes really well over the rose gold Laura Mercier, just patted on like the inner part of the lid. But the thing is, you don't need much of this, so I'm going to try and use that up as much as possible. I am the kind of person that never finishes eyeshadows. I really like to rotate as much as possible. So for me, trying to use up 3 eyeshadow products, like this is going to be enough of a struggle for me without trying to hit pan on an actual eyeshadow. So yes, moving on to eyeliners. Again, I've decided to give myself a challenge with 2 eyeliners. One's a black and one is a brown. The first is the By Terry Crayon Terribly in the shade Brown Secret. I have this in my upper and lower waterline today. This is really comfortable, really creamy, very long wearing. But again, I've had it for about 2.5 years and it cost me an arm and a leg, so I really do kind of want to use it up. I have about, like, that's where it's up to. So I'm really going to try and focus on using this as much as possible. I can use it as a top lash line color as well, because it is a gel formula, so it stays really well. While I'm trying to use up this one, which is my black liner. This is the Marc Jacobs Blacker. This is a mini, and I really like this liner, so I want to try and use it up before it dries out, because I think it is getting a little bit dry. There's not much left of it at all, so I'm going to try and use this up while using the brown on the top. And swatch the brown. It's a very deep brown though, so it almost looks black on the eye. So it really like those eyeliners, but obviously like to get as much use as possible out of them. Then I'm currently working on my Clinique High Impact Mascara. I usually just work on one mascara at a time until it's dry, so that's what I'm using at the moment. I thought I'd mention it, but if you guys don't really care about that, let me know. Also focusing on trying to finish up my Chi Chi Fiber Brow in Blonde. Again, this is kind of one of those products I'm just trying to focus on getting rid of because it's getting old. And my Kat Von D Tattoo Liner in Trooper. I really enjoy this, so I'm kind of using this as much as possible, but I'm focusing more on the pencil liners than this. So that is that. Lip products. So the first thing, I haven't marked this yet, is the Marc Jacobs Lip Balm, Make Out Lip Lock Moisture Balm, Broad Spectrum SPF 18 Sunscreen. This is nearly done. So I'm trying to use up this, and then I'm going to possibly move on to the Estee Lauder Lip Conditioner. Probably not. I'll probably just go back to my Sugar. I haven't decided on this yet, whether to give it away or keep it, but I will mark the Marc Jacobs one because this is what I've been focusing on. So that's kind of that. And I just pop this on before my makeup every day, so easy to go through that. Lip products. I have 4 lip coloured products. we'll see how I go. The first is the Rimmel Exaggerate lip liner in East and Snob. I really love this lip liner. It goes with pretty much anything. There is that much product left, so I think I can definitely use that up. It works really well with the pink. It works with the nude. I really like that, and I have marked it. And then the lipstick I'm trying to use up is the Colourpop Lippy Stick in Oh Snap. These I think are going to be the easiest lip products to use up because there isn't as much in there. So I kind of cheated by giving myself an easy one, but there is still a decent amount of product in this. But it's an easy product to reapply, which is what I wanted. And it's a neutral kind of nude colour, so it's really easy for everyday wear. And it's a matte, but it kind of goes on creamy, so I really like that. And then two minis that I have not touched. This is the Hourglass. This is a liquid lip in Icon, so when I want something red, I'm going to try and use up this. And then the lip gloss in Child. So just an easy everyday colour. I think will go really well with the Marc Jacobs, the Colourpop. We'll just... yeah, really easy nude lip there, so that is that. Also, what I'm currently focusing on at the moment are two mini perfumes. At the moment, I'm focusing mostly on my Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue. I've only started using this recently, so I'm not going to mark it because it was full when I started. But I've been using this at the moment. It's really nice, fresh citrusy smell. So I'm really liking that. And then once spring really hits, I'm going to finish up my Escada Born in Paradise. I will mark that. I haven't worn this in ages, but it's like the perfect spring fragrance. In my opinion, this and then Cherries in the Air as well, which I will probably focus on a little bit later. But yeah, so Light Blue and Born in Paradise is what I'm kind of focusing on at the moment. So yes, that is it for my project pan. Give this intro video, give this video a thumbs up if you guys like this video. If you guys want to see updates, I know it's not a traditional project pan where I'm trying to like use up, like to go through products. This is just products I've kind of been focusing on using up recently. So I thought I'd show you guys. Yeah, leave me a comment down below if you guys are liking this. Do click subscribe to stay up to date with all my videos. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys.